First is the blocking. Blocking. I know everybody is aware of blocking mode. This is the default. This is default on all switches when powered on and switch does calculation and interface interface mode will be in blocking mode. Blocking mode. This state will not not send nor receive any frame, any BPDU or frame, BPDU or frame, we can say like this, and it will be in up mode. This is the first state of the spanning tree state. Second is listening mode. Listening mode. In this mode, so in listening mode, only designated root port or designated port will be always in listening mode. Please listen this. This is very important. If this is the designated mode, do you see this? Why? Let me show you. Where it gone? Spanning tree. Spanning tree detail. See, this value again. This last which I shown you here. BPDU it sends. See, it send the BPDU. It send the BPDU and the neighbor switch. Neighbor switch. These are the designated ports. They are listening to each other. When the port is in designation designated or root port mode, they are always in listening mode. So switch in this mode, DP or root, this is a shortcut of designated port and root port, will be always in listening mode. During this, and I think after some interval of time, so after some time like 15 seconds, 15 seconds, 15 second, which port will move to forwarding mode. Now, if you see in the configuration, designated port are in the forwarding mode. So because every 2 seconds, okay, let me route down here. Every 2 second root bridge STA during STA it is send a BPDU means hello messages between switches. So this, so every 2 seconds, every 2 seconds the exchange of hello is happening, and this port will be always listening mode, and then once again listen after 15 seconds or 20 seconds, it become a forwarding mode. This process is continuous going on, spanning tree, and the default time of aging of the switches is 300 seconds. This means every 5 minutes switch clear the MAC address. Now I'm talking not about history. I'm just talking about the behavior of switches. Every 300 seconds, switch clear the MAC address, and every 2 seconds, every 15, 20 seconds, this STP calculation is happening. It's continuous going on. It's continuous going on. This is, if you see, I show you again. Let me show you. This BPDU value got changed. This means hello exchange are continuously working. Once everything is done, listening mode, then there is a third mode is a learning mode. Learning mode. Learning mode. In this mode, what is happening in learning mode actually? In learning mode, switch always. Sorry guys, just let me. So when in this mode, learning mode, the port is always listen and send a BPDU, and then it become a learning mode, and then learning a MAC address. So switch in this mode, switch learn a MAC address. So this is the mode switch learn the MAC address and make it make it entry in MAC table. And again after 15 seconds, sorry here, sorry, this will be I think 20-second. Forwarding is 20-second, 20-second, and here 15-second port will go to forwarding mode. Forwarding mode. So, so fourth is sorry, first blocking, listening, learning, forwarding mode. The fourth state of the STP. In this mode, the send and receive. In this mode, data can send and receive, and it also updated the MAC address, which updated all MAC address. So this is the forwarding mode. Suppose consider if this host is connected on the switch and E02. If you see the E02, I'm a switch 3, spanning tree, VLAN 1, E02, E02. See, can you see E02 is in forwarding mode. So this host can communicate, send and receive the data. This is the this is the so in forwarding state, switch can communicate, a host can communicate switch, or it can send and receive the data. And the last state is disabling. I will show you each and every one while doing configuration. So this mode, in this mode, all interface in shut mode. Disabling mode means all the switch port are in the shut mode. They are administratively down. They are not up. So there is also some when the state is happening, when the spanning tree state this calculation is going on, it has some default STP timer also. Let me mention the STP timer so it will be easy for you to understand. STP timer like hello is 2 second, max age timer is 10 seconds, and forward delay timer is 10 seconds. So this is the STP timer. So it has some, like as I said many times, BPDU send and receive every 2 seconds. So max as timer of the STP state is 10 seconds and forward delay is 15 seconds. So these are the default value of the switches. Now let me I'm just showing all this, whatever I have written, I'm going to show you practically. Just one. Let me go villain 10. Sorry, it is here. Let me make as a default. Which is villain. Okay, and brief. I think. Okay, now it is default. It is just like default. Now I'm just running something. I just fire the debug. I just fire this debug, and let me enable on each switches this debug. Please, in production, never run this command because this debug can cause the issue. So for understanding purpose, I'm explaining you here, but never try this command in the production environment. In a lab, yes, you can do, no issue. Spanning tree event. Okay, now see the default villain is already there, so you cannot say anything because spanning tree calculate for a spanning tree already done the election for villain one. As I said, STP work for villain. It is not for, so if I say instead STP instead, this is means for a villain instance. Now I'm creating a villain 10 and I don't exit. See, oh, what is this? If you see the setting bridge ID which equal to 3, priority value is 32778. Priority configuration on the switch is 3276. System ID is 10 and this is a MAC address taken. What is this set port ID villain 10 E00, new port ID 8001. Okay, let me show you this. I'm going to let, no one is going to tell you about this all the detail. In detail, I'm telling you. If you see, as soon as I created a villain and the spanning tree instance one fire one like debugging, you can see it said the port ID villain 10, it mapped to E00 and the new port ID 8001. What is this 8001? 800 is the code of the Ethernet standard. So if you have any Ethernet code, I think it is designed by the INA or IEEE. So they have a standard code marking as 800, and this is the first number of the port. This means 8001. Okay, if you see, when I created villain, first mode is listening mode. So it does the calculation for all the physical port because it's a default behavior. And if you see, every port has a unique port ID number, which I shown you here already. If you see the number 1 2 3 4 5 6, this is how the calculation is happening. This is how the spanning tree calculates the port priority port ID in the spanning tree. So each interface will have the port ID. First mode is listening mode, all port, alt port in the listening mode. Then if you see, then all port after sum of 50, if you can calculate the difference of 20 seconds, all port went to the learning mode. And then after 15 seconds, all port went to forwarding mode. And here finally, if you see generating TCP trip port for Ethernet 1/1. TC means topology change. So topology database created and the event is ready now. Am I making sense everyone? Is this fine to understand this debugging? Brando, Albert, Gurujit.
Yes.
So like are you aware about before that? Are you guys aware about before this session? Anyone?
Not to this detail, no.
Because yeah, it's very detailed. Yes, it is very detailed because I want to ensure you that once you had this concept, you can revise it and you can do a practice. So next time you should not study or you should not refer any book, because this debugging is in very detail. Okay, so this calculation is done, and now if I do so spanning billion 10, you see everything is there. Okay, let me do here also. Billion 10, I then exit. Okay, see the calculation is happening. Then exit. Billion 10, exit. Okay, now second point we have to understand, this switch is the root bridge. Okay, so now we understood how the root bridge election is happening in the switch environment. But you know, uh, there are more than 10 or 20 villain. Now I'm talking about case 2. Let's understand the point 2. Suppose all the switches have a more than 10 or 20 villain, and you got some problem, and you wanted to make a, you wanted to understand spanning tree in a very efficient manner. So there is a second things we can do. We can make switch 1 as a primary and switch to secondary. So I am a network administrator. What I can do, suppose if switch, okay, let me show you. If this output goes down, the switch will automatically become root bridge. Let me first show you this. So I think this state is clear to everyone, right? Like this calculations are happening with this debugging information. Is it fine to everyone?